This is going to be my 12-week update. So I've now been in my top braces for 12 weeks. I am surprised that it's even gone by this fast. It is so crazy. I feel like my mouth is kind of protruding right now at the bottom because, well, I got them on, you guys. And I went with two different colors this time. I went with teal and lavender. So it's like every other. See that? See if I can't get a better close-up for you guys. Yep. So, sorry if I seem a little sluggish in today's video, you guys. I was up until after 1 o'clock this morning, and I turned around and got up at 7 o'clock. I had my appointment at 10:30, and I was outside with my husband helping him with our camper, and we had to pick it up on the front where the axle is, and there's a wheel right there, which was not in the pole. It was just sitting in there, and when we lifted the front end of the camper up to move it to kind of level it out, my husband let his side down, forgetting that that wheel would pop out, and when he let his side down, all the weight was on my side, so I was having to let it down, and I wasn't even paying attention that the wheel fell out for it to catch on the ground. Instead of it catching on the ground, the wheel, it had actually caught on my poor finger. You guys, you see that? Oh my gosh. Good thing I got my tetanus shot. Oh, it's such a good thing because that was a rusty wheel. And that wasn't the only thing that happened to me today, you guys, after I got my bottom braces on when I got home. I mean, this looks horrible. I'm going to show you guys. I hope you're not grossed out. But yeah, it like took, see, I had my nails done. It took my fingernail polish off. My fingernail is completely white underneath. I'm expecting my nail to fall off just because it was that bad. But it took the skin off, and it's really hard to see in this video, but I'll include some pictures. But it took the skin off from here all the way up to my cuticle, you guys. I mean, the skin was just hanging off. I went to the store and I bought some BandAids and some triple antibiotic to put on it because I didn't have any. So now my BandAid's kind of sliding off. It's supposed to be these waterproof BandAids, but you see what it's doing? They're very thin, and it's almost like plastic wrap. So yeah, it's clinging together and it's not really adhering. I may have to take it off. But yeah, the bottom of my finger, you see how black and blue it looks? Look at that. I mean, it is swollen compared to this one, you guys. You see that? It looks horrible and it hurts. It's throbbing so bad. Ugh. Anyways, I've had 3 kids. I can handle this. I don't know if I broke it. I would assume if I did, I would probably know, but there is quite a bit of swelling in there. And it's real tight. I can't feel my fingernail, but I'm sure that's just the inflammation and everything. Anyways, going on. This is supposed to be about braces, not my injury today. However, I did endure another injury after I got my braces. This was actually the first thing that happened. This was the second thing that happened. When I got home, after they had put my bottom braces on, a lot of the cement stuff was still like caked up on my teeth, and it still is, like on this tooth. I still got it, like it feels so gritty and hard and just but I had some back here too on like this tooth here. So when I'm biting down, my teeth aren't touching. You see that? They're not touching. Look at that. No teeth are touching on that side. Or that side. And anyways, I got some cement kicked up on there. She said it should wear down, hopefully. So if it don't, I'm gonna have to go back, and they're probably gonna have to like file it off. I had opened up my mouth like this to use my little tool that I got to scrape it off, and when I did, my finger caught on my bracket, that very last one, and it snagged and it hooked onto it. When that happened, my finger got a cut. These things will slice and dice. They will slice and dice. So yeah, that happened to me. On top of that, and being tired, I'm trying to be upbeat in this video, you guys, but I am just really on the inside. I'm drained a little bit here. I can't whistle anymore, you guys. I can't whistle. I tried whistling the other night when my husband was doing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I lost my ability to whistle. So yeah, can't do it. Like, I can't do it. Especially now that I got my bottoms on. I couldn't even do it just with my tops on, but yeah, so crazy. I received some questions from you guys on my last video. Because of that, I am going to do a separate video, so I will do a Q&A. I did address your questions, but I'll get a little more in depth in a Q&A. So if any of you are just now watching this video and you have any questions or advice or tips for me, go ahead and include those down below in the comment section, and I will love to connect with you guys. The hardest thing about having braces is like probably the most common question, and honestly, consciously, I just have to say that it's probably having to tell myself I'm not hungry after I've already eaten and brushed my teeth for the night, because flossing is very time consuming. Not so much brushing, but when I floss, it's like eating up so much of my time, and I'm so tired at the end of the day, you know, that I don't want to have to mess with it and do it twice, you know. And I'm just that person that, you know, has to floss her teeth after every, you know, little snack or meal or whatever. I'm getting a little bit better about that though. The food and the braces aren't bothering me as bad after every meal. Like, I don't feel like I have to rush to the bathroom and brush it all out of my teeth and stuff, because eventually some of it does kind of work its way out. But just to have a clean mouth, and I am just a very clean person, you know, I just have to run to the bathroom and get my teeth cleaned. These two teeth right here next to my front ones on top used to overlap these two, not by a lot, but by a little bit. I will include a picture here to show you guys exactly what it used to look like before. Now it's pretty much off. Let me get up close. You can see that. So my tooth has come off of this one a lot. And this one is starting to, but you can see it's still kind of overlapping a little bit there. But that one has come off quite a bit. And I'm so excited. Like, there's amazing progress going on here, you guys. So that's got me excited, and I was so anxious to get my bottom braces on because this is obviously where all of my crowding is. I'm anxious to see those straighten out. So today's appointment, it was at 10:30. They told me it was going to be like an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. I was in and out of there in like 30 minutes, you guys. It really did not take that long. Now, whenever I got there, let me flip my camera around so you guys can see a little bit more clear. So here's the bottom. The lady had asked me, she said, have you ever done color on your braces? And I said, yeah, the ones that you just took off used to be light blue. And she said, yeah, she said, I love the light blue. They're really pretty, but the thing with those is they do turn white after you've worn them for a while. I went with teal and lavender for my colors today. Eventually I'll probably go through the whole spectrum of colors, but I really like how they pair together. I use paintyoursmile.com to choose what colors I want. The same process as before when I had my tops put on. They just filed my bottom teeth, you know, with a little polish thing to kind of rough them up a little bit, and then they put that gel stuff on them, and then they use their water and then their little suctioner to clean all that off. They started putting the brackets on this side, and then they used their little light heater. I got to see the other orthodontist. There's two where I go. One is an older gentleman, and the other guy is the one that I've been seeing more. Today was actually the first day that I had seen the other gentleman, and he was really sweet and calm and down to earth, and just had a very gentle voice about him, and very positive man. I really appreciated that. And you know, he told me, he said, you got some really big teeth and you got them wisdom back there. He's like, you got some beautiful teeth, and when we get these straightened out, they're going to be even more beautiful. And I was like, oh, you know, of course I got my mouth, all this stuff out. I'm like, oh, thank you. So, yeah. Anyways, he was a really sweet guy, and nothing was mentioned about any extractions, so that's good. I didn't bring it up or mention anything about it today, since I was just getting the bottoms on. I figured I'll give this, you know, maybe into my second tightening, before I mention anything about extractions, because they had mentioned they want to wait 6 months in anyways, just to see how things are lining up. You're probably wondering, why do you have metal braces on the bottom when you have ceramic on top? The thing with me getting the metal braces today was not based on my decision. It was actually based on the orthodontist decision. Because I got so much crowding down here and my bite, I still have an overbite. If I would have had ceramic down here, the thing with ceramic is they would have broke easier, and they would have fractured and broke my tooth had I accidentally bit down on something or bit one of my brackets and it broke off. So with that being said, having metal is built better, and that's less likely to happen with metal. So I got metal simply to protect my teeth and to prevent possibly biting a bracket and it breaking. Let's see what else. I do have ligature ties on these as well. I can't remember exactly which teeth they were. I mean, she went all over the place with ligature ties. I know I got on like, let's see, one of these little backside teeth over here. I've got one on, I think this one, and one on this back one right here. I'm definitely going to have to get me a floss pick. I didn't have so much of a need when I first had my top ones put on. I started getting the hang of flossing with my, you know, handy dandy little floss threaders. The thing is though, now I got these ligature ties down here, and they're literally pointing right into the crack in between each tooth. So there's no way, even if I was to get up in here, you know, I can't get the floss down in there because I got that metal ligature tie pressing against, you know, that crack there. So in order, if I did floss and I was able to weasel it in there after probably trying for a good 2 minutes, I'm probably going to end up breaking the ligature ties. So I'm going to have to get me a floss pick hopefully this weekend, because I cannot go without flossing. The top, everything stayed the same. I'm still in the 18 gauge wire. Actually, this is the original wire. They did not change it out today. The only thing that they changed out with the top is just my bands, the colors. I'll go back in 6 more weeks, and I will have these tightened, and I'm pretty sure I'll have these tightened. I have a 14 gauge wire on the bottom and an 18 gauge wire on the top. My top teeth don't feel sensitive at all. They don't feel any different than they have, you know, in weeks, simply because they haven't done nothing to them except change the little bands out. The bottoms are just now, let's see, I have my appointment at 10:30 and it is 3:30 going on 4. So, you know, a few hours later, I'm just now starting to feel a little bit of sensitivity, but it's not painful or anything like that yet. Maybe it won't be. I'm going to have to eat some very soft foods tonight. They asked me if I needed any more supplies, and I went on ahead and told them to give me some more floss threaders, because these are hard for me to find in the store. I don't know if I'm just looking in the wrong spot or what, but these little things that I just showed you guys. These are the ones that I got whenever I first got my top braces on back in February, and I really like these because they're very sturdy and durable. Now let me show you the ones that she had given me today. I really like these though. They're a little more flimsier and they're a little bit bigger. Oh, my poor finger. So you see that? It's got a real big eye there for you to put your floss in, but it's very thin and it's more flexible. It's not as stiff as this one. You see that? Big difference. So I'm going to give these a try, especially on the top ones. I think I'll be able to use this better because I have trouble getting my little floss threader through the very last wire on this side. And I don't know if it's just because it feels almost like the muscles on this side of my mouth are a little too tense, and I can't get my mouth to open up wide enough to really get in there. So instead of me going up this way like I normally do, I have to go like down and then pull and then floss and then pull my floss out. Got me a couple of the Gum brand floss threaders from my orthodontist today, as far as, you know, supplies go for your braces. Haven't broke anything yet since I've had my braces. Things have been going really great. And another positive note is my teeth are on track. Things are moving along as they should, especially, you know, with these up here. I go back in 6 weeks, so on June 28th, when we get back from our vacation, I will be going for my tightening and another band change. Hope all you mommies out there had a very wonderful Mother's Day with your children and your family. I know I certainly did. My husband had to work on Mother's Day, but he left me some money and told me to go treat myself and take the kids with me and go have some brunch somewhere. And I also got this really beautiful necklace from my children. For Mother's Day. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yeah, it's so cute. It says mom, and it's very, very precious. I love it. I wore it ever since. I haven't taken it off yet except when I shower. I also wanted to let you know that I did talk to my orthodontist because I was getting the metal braces on the bottom and I have the ceramic on top. My question for him was, does that mean my bottom teeth are going to move faster than my top because of the ceramic versus the metal? And he said no, or well, she said no, that's actually a myth. She said that is not true. There's no difference between the metal and the ceramic braces as far as progression goes. The only difference is that the ceramic are obviously less noticeable than the metal. We're gonna go ahead and keep the metal on the bottom for now, and we'll stick with the ceramic on top, which you can't really see my braces on the bottom too much anyways. I mean, maybe as things straighten out, things will start to show a little bit more, but it doesn't really bother me none. I was a little hesitant last time I went to the dentist for my tightening whenever they had to put the metal wire in, and I chose to go with the light blue bands, and then I've got the ceramic brackets. Everything really just kind of goes together. It really doesn't clash like I was afraid would happen, and I don't feel like this really clashes either. I think it looks fine. Any questions or comments, post them below. If you're new to my channel, let me know. And also, if you're just now watching this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can follow along and watch all my updates. I have been doing braces videos every 2 weeks just so that you guys can see some progress and change, because I felt like doing it every week. It's kind of hard to see all that change going on because it is a very slow progress. I've got all of my braces journey videos linked below this video in the description section. I will talk to you guys here in 2 more weeks. Bye. Hey guys, so this is the next day and something new has happened that I noticed as soon as I woke up before I brushed my teeth. I've got this skin and it's like a clear film and it's very foggy looking. Do you see that? And it's just peeling off. Like it literally peels almost as if I had a sunburn on the inside of my mouth. Even right here on my lip. This is about the area where they had the lip retractors. But I've even got some canker sores in here too. My mouth is very prone to these when I have anything done with my mouth. I've got one there. Yeah, it's definitely painful. My gums feel raw. They feel inflamed. You can see there I got 2 canker sores. And even on the inside of my cheek there I got a little red spot. Here it is again. This is like a few minutes later. I noticed I started getting more. So it's like as soon as I peel it off, it comes back. And it's just kind of caking up in my mouth. You can see there right below my teeth, it's just collecting. My best guess for this is when I went yesterday and had my bottom braces put on. You can see how red and inflamed they are. Just the gums there below the teeth. But I didn't have a suctioner in my mouth. They were just using the hose. And so a lot of the stuff that they would put on my teeth, it was kind of caking up down in the gum area of my mouth on the inside there. And I think when I started noticing it was burning a little bit, it was actually almost like burning the inside of my gum tissue. And with it sitting on there for so long before it was rinsed out, I think it just kind of irritated the first layer of gum tissue.